tough questions, new insights, diverse perspectives. Welcome to Questions of the Day with Fanuel Muindi.
Well, welcome back to SciTV, and I have a special guest with me today, Roopsha Sengupta. Welcome to SciTV.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here, Fanuel. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Now, you are not a newcomer to the show. You have been with us before, and I think we're going to have you back also, not so distant future. So you are the editor-in-chief of the Club SciWri, and your tagline, and this is what I really want to get into today, it reads on your website, helping scientists make science accessible for all. Roopsha, tell us more. What does Club SciWri do?
So Club SciWri is a science communication platform that arose from peer-to-peer mentoring career support group called STEM Peers. So STEM Peers currently is the largest online mentoring peer-to-peer group where we have over 21,000 scientists, PhD and postdoc level scientists across the world. And the idea with which it started was that people, while doing their PhD or postdoc, don't really know what to do next. Not unless you're in a big university, you don't have that support system or a career group to tell you where to go. And alongside, there isn't any place you can try your hands on doing something outside of your research work. So STEM Peers started 6 years ago by Ananda Ghosh and Abhinav Dey to bring together people who had transitioned to various, mostly life science, that's been the main area, to different life science sectors. And those who had transitioned out mentor and help those who are considering new career paths. And so that's really the setup of STEM Peers. And Club SciWri came out of that as a space to allow scientists to share their excitement about science, share their science, alongside share their stories, share the human aspect of doing science. So that's where, and with the aim of greater outreach, with the aim of helping people understand what it is that we scientists do. And it was to create this space for people to be able to write about, what their interests are or what inspires them about something. And that's kind of how it started. And over time, what we found is that the quality of the article started improving. More people started utilizing it as a platform where they could grow their own portfolio, so to speak. And we have a lot of success stories that came out of this platform.
So Roopsha, some of our viewers might be thinking there are other outlets who do exactly what you have just described, right? Mm-hmm. What makes Club SciWri different?
So I think what we do is that the team that we are all scientists. We have a group of editors, we have a group of artists, and we have who are all passionate about science outreach, but never had experience doing it. That's how it started. And over time, people have gained experience through working at Club SciWri. And we create this kind of mentor we work with each science writer, aspiring science writer, and provide one-on-one feedback. And it's a relationship that continues for a long time. Unlike, say, short workshops, this is something where people come in and grow with us and then go out, and we have for instance, writers who came in wanting to write, didn't know they could write, who are now full-fledged science writers. So I guess it's that training component and visibility that we provide that sets us apart from other such platforms. And all of us have PhD postdoc level training, so it is entirely run by people who are practicing science.
And so, who is actually submitting these articles to your journal?
So we have, PhD students that reach out to us. We've had high school students who've interned with us. We have master students who've interned with us. So basically at different levels, and we're open to articles from anyone who's interested in sharing their excitement about science. We also run series on mental health in science or on women in science. So there's a broad spectrum of topics we cover, and we also are in partnership with ComSciCon. So that's we're one of their media and publication partners. So these are some of the ways we get interest and articles from.
And so you mentioned, so they're writing, it looks like the topics are quite diverse in terms of what you write about. And now you mentioned this new partnership, I understand it, right, with ComSciCon. What is the hope there? And tell me about the logic in that partnership.
Right. So ComSciCon is this flagship science communication workshops that are hosted through Harvard, which are workshops to help PhD students express their science and communicate their science. And this is one of the biggest science communication workshops in the US. And so one of our editors, Amrita, happened to be one of the organizers of one of ComSciCon's chapters, and she saw the alignment in both our initiatives and put us together. And so we have been serving as one of their publication outlets. So when participants go through the ComSciCon workshop, they then look out for various media and publication outlets to share the articles they've written there. And we've had two participants who came to us, and we worked with them. And so together, the idea is to foster this collaboration further, and because we also have a strong art component, we have some really fantastic artists on the team. So to give that piece of work a more well-rounded, feel to it, so that it appeals to a larger number of people. So that's really the idea.
And so help me understand something. So these authors who are coming here, are they just trying to write articles about their research, or is it that they're trying to practice like science writing, in the hope that they go into that field, or is it everything in between?
Right. So we have the whole range. So we've had people who've come in to say that, I'm really excited about the work I do and I want to write something about that. So we have space for that. Typically it's 1 or 2 articles. And then we have writers who want to build, who want to become science writers. And one such example is Ananya Sen, who is a fabulous writer. She started writing with us when she was in her PhD at Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and her interest specifically was on the history of science. And so she wrote a series of articles, and we have a science cartoonist called Argha Manna, who's also really fantastic. So because both their interests were in the history of science, we created a whole series of articles, and she is now a science writer at Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So we have people who are who are coming with the idea of wanting to become science writers, and we have those who just want to talk about their science. So we have that whole gamut.
So tell me, is your platform growing, stagnant? Where are we?
So we are now, what we found, one of the challenges with a platform like this is that, the turnaround can be high because people come in, do their thing, find their job, and obviously job takes over and they're gone. So to maintain a good quality of articles and maintain, we realized that we have to form a core group. So we have a group of 4 editors who work on all the articles, but we continually have new writers and new illustrators coming in, and we are open to opening it up to new editors in the future, but this is how we work at the moment.
But so that's more operational from what you just said, right? So itself, but I'm thinking more of the platform itself, submissions. Are you overwhelmed with submissions? Are you having trouble recruiting people, or you're just getting them?
So it goes in phases. So we have times when we host events like science writing events. That's one way those are really periods when we get articles, and this is a science writing contest called My PhD Story, and the whole idea is to have people share their the human aspect of doing science, what was going on in the background, why did they get interested in a certain area, for instance. So where they discuss the science in the context of what was going on with them, why did they choose this topic, and it's that story that so that's a science writing event that draws quite a few submissions, and that's one period when we get articles. So that's one thing, and besides that, we have a few writers who write with us on a regular basis. And we also have collaboration with a science podcast called Reason with Science, and so these are hour-long conversations with people like Desmond Morris or Dennis Noble, and and scientists who have pretty much started fields of research. And so we work with Reason with Science to summarize these hour-long podcasts into smaller nuggets so that people can learn about in a different format, for instance. So these are the way, and that's kind of a nice way to get someone started on writing, because there's again the science aspect to it, as well as the idea of distilling different ideas from a conversation. So that's one of the things we have going.
Because my question really, I think, builds on the idea of capacity, right? And as a leader as editor-in-chief of this platform, you think this a lot, right? And you have to strategize accordingly to say, okay, where do I allocate resources? Right? Are we overwhelmed with submissions? So then we need to invest in our, more people, more staff, right, handle the load, or we are not getting submissions. So we need to invest more on recruitment, right? And in social media and all the other stuff, right? Where's your attention right now? If you're looking at the landscape of your platform, where is your attention focused on?
So our attention is focused on one is the social media outreach, and this is one part. We found that having a dedicated person who does that makes a huge impact, and that's something where we're looking someone to help us with. And besides that, we are we're open to recruiting more content writers at this point. Yes. So
it looks like, yeah, social media recruitment is, you have a pulse on that one. Is fundraising something that you have in your radar as well?
Yeah, definitely. So we are at this point supported by STEM Peers, that's our parent organization. But for the most part, a lot of work that's done is also pro bono. So ideally, we would like to switch from that to make it have a more sustainable platform. And one way we're doing that is by connecting with biotech industries, and we also have a group that's dedicated to creating scientific content, popular science content for newsletters and ledgers and design. And that's one way we're kind of raising funds. But yes, grants and it is definitely something we're considering for the future.